The Cheeseboy 628 Show, starring Cheeseboy 628.
Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is Cheeseboy 628 here today, giving you an NU tier Pokemon Showdown battle. And this is actually a team somewhat requested by a YouTuber who goes by the name of Karate Bowler 22, and he inboxed me saying, I challenge you to make a team based on Skitty or Delcatty with the normalize ability. So I said, you know what, challenge accepted. So I finally built this derpy team. So I'm going to try it out today. You're going to see how it works. Basically I just have a bunch of pokes to basically just let Delcatty try to sweep as much as possible. Got Armaldo and Garbodor for hazards to lower the opponent's HP as much as possible so Delcatty can get a bunch of kills. Gardevoir to set up screens, and then Delcatty's able to set up some workups. So yeah, it's a pretty derpy team. Most of the stuff you really don't see that much other than Armaldo and Gardevoir. And looking at my opponent's team, that is something you definitely see from someone who knows their way around NU. They've got the ultimate special wall, Licky Licky, physical wall, Tangela, Sock is just a threat, Piloswine is too bulky, Skuntank is arguably the best dark type in the tier as well as a great pursuit trapper, and then Gorbis can just set up a shell smash and just sweep my entire team. I've got a lot of goofy sets on this team and I want you guys to all enjoy as it comes through during the battle. So yeah, let's see how this battle goes. So I actually start out with my Lapras as he starts out with his Tangela, and so right away I'm just going to go for the block. This is a funny Lapras that I've seen a little while back and I just really wanted to try it out, and it turns out Lapras does a bit of work this game. So I'm going to go for the Perish Song after I get that block off, and so all I have to do right now really is set up the Rain Dance, and then I should be free to start resting up and stalling this thing out. Thanks to lefties, I do have enough HP to live, and so I can go for the rest and just wake up from hydration. And my EV spread on this is actually max defense, max special defense, because Lapras already has enough natural bulk from HP, so giving it more EVs in the defense stats is probably much more beneficial. Now I bring in my jump bluff on Tangela's final turn. He could have potentially went for the sleep powder, but it looks like he was just trying to kill off my Lapras. Now here's the situation. Lapras is not at the greatest amount of health, so I'm going to go for the rest. But what I forget is on the last turn of rain, hydration doesn't work. So I'm just asleep right now and I can't really do anything, and there's no way I'm going to wake up in time before Piloswine would take me out. I'm going to take this opportunity to come in with Armaldo and hopefully get my rocks up and then get a toxic off on this Piloswine. So I'm going to go for my rocks first, and I'm definitely not taking these EQs too well. So now I'm going to go for the toxic, and it's really, I'm just going to have to toxic stall. Because the problem with this team is it's definitely not defensive. Although I have defensive pokes, they're not exactly strategized to be able to take hits that well compared to just setting up hazards or stalling. But anyway, predicting the Icicle Spear onto my jump bluff, I'm going to come in with the Lapras, easily take the Icicle Spear, and then predicting that he's going to over-predict my jump bluff, I'm going to stay in. And now, thinking he's probably going to Earthquake now, try to take out my Lapras, I am going to go in a jump bluff, and he does just that. And here I'm fine with foddering off Lapras if he does predict it correctly, and turns out he does, and Piloswine just goes down. So now Skuntank is in, and I do have Gardevoir, but I'm fully invested in defense because I already have enough special defense naturally. So I'm going to set up the Reflect, and I'll be able to take anything this Skuntank has to give me. So I'm going to have to switch out now though because I'm all support. So I'm going to come in here with my Delcatty. I really wish I could have gotten a work up there, but unfortunately he does have the taunt and he is faster. So I'm just going to go for a couple returns. What I didn't tell you was normalize makes all moves normal typing, so then basically just get stab on them. So I do carry the Sucker Punch as well, so that will get stabbed since normalize. But since the Skuntank is naturally faster because I'm more of a bulky spread, he is going to be able to outspeed me and then eventually take me out because of Aftermath. Now I'm going to come in with Garbodor here, and I could do a couple things. I'm going to set up my Toxic Spikes though. It will be nice to get some residual damage. And predicting that it's going to go for the Shell Smash, try to get this late game sweep here. I am in fact going to go for the clear smog, and that way this Gorbis has no stats, wastes its white herb basically. And looking at that damage, it was probably an Oko, just straight up if it was at +2. But now I really don't want to take these surfs. I'm going to come in with Jump Bluff, and this is pretty much how this game is going to go. It's all going to be luck, and you'll see why. First I'm going to Encore in the surf, because I'm guessing it's probably carrying Ice Beam, and that will easily take out my Jump Bluff. So I'm going to go for the Sleep Powder, miss the first time, but get it the second time thankfully. And I just need to hope that this Gorbis doesn't wake up, because it's basically all depending on luck here. I need some time to set up, and if I don't get that time, I'm just not going to have a chance of winning. Now he finally does wake up, and he gets the Ice Beam off, and I have to go for another Sleep Powder and just hope that it hits. Thankfully it does, and all that matters right now is I need to hope that I can get this sub and he doesn't wake up. So I go for the sub, but he does wake up, goes for the Ice Beam, so I'm no longer protected. So I get some Leech Seed recovery, but now Sock is just free to do a ton of damage. Judging by how it outspeeds, it's definitely a Scarfed variant, as I am max speed on this Jump Bluff. And so I'm going to come in with my Garbodor here. There's not really much I can do anymore, honestly. I'm just going to go for the Acid Spray, get that Spit F drop on the Licky, and that'll just wear it down a bunch faster. I'm going to switch out to Gardevoir, and the problem is that was probably my best chance of even having a chance to win, because I basically brought in Gardevoir in a super risky manner. So unfortunately my one chance to really win this game is over. By the way, I do go for the Clear Smog just to see how it works on these stats. Even with stat drops on the opponent, it turns out that the Spit F drops just go back to neutral. But anyway, if I just sacked my Garbodor, got a safe switch into Gardevoir, and got that Reflect up, and then went for the Healing Wish, I could have brought in my Armaldo, and it probably would have taken at least 2 Stone Edges for that Sock to take me out. But unfortunately that is not the case, and we wouldn't be able to see how that goes, but it's going to be a pretty narrow 1-0 victory in his favor. So that was an awesome game, Jim E. Russler. So yeah, really awesome team I faced here. I'm satisfied with how close this battle was, as my team was definitely not the most professional. But anyway, much like Karate Bowler 22 had done, feel free to suggest any challenges you want me to try out. You can inbox me or just PM me on Skype, and I'll be glad to accept the challenge. So thank you all for watching, like, comment, sub, and until later, peace.